Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today.
So we're going to talk about it, or I'm going to talk about it, and some of you might listen. I hear it day in and day out. Women saying that marriage only benefits men, and men saying that marriage only benefits women. Listen to a few of these videos because there is no shortage of them.
Men benefit greater from marriage than women.
Let's talk about why marriage benefits men more than women. On average, married men make 10 to 24% more than unmarried men.
Marriage is an institution made by men for men.
Men benefit substantially more than women do from marriage.
Marriage won't benefit women unless you marry the right men. As for men, they can marry any women and still get benefit from the marriage.
Marriage is an inherently patriarchal institution, which is very obvious from the fact that women change their names and men don't, clearly denoting who the more important person in the relationship is.
Western civilization has brainwashed us to the point since we was kids we should get married. And if you look at marriage statistically, marriage is truly for the woman.
Men don't want to marry anymore because the risk outweighs the benefits. There's a risk that comes with marriage that essentially only benefits a woman. According to ASA, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Among college-educated women, it jumps to 90%.
Marriage is high reward, low risk for women, but it is high risk, low reward for men.
Men shouldn't even get married to women. There's no incentive for you to get married to women. There's no benefit for you to get married to women.
I'm never going to get married. I don't want to get married.
Why?
There's no benefit for the man. He only has everything to lose. What's the point? And then, it's a coin flip. Flip a coin if your marriage is going to work. Those are the odds. Those are the chances.
The bottom of each barrel lives in a state of fear and individualism. Both sides want to be the victim so bad. Listen, if you don't understand that relationships are a team effort and you win or lose as a couple, you have already lost the plot, and you as an individual are literally incapable of being a team player. When the team wins, the whole team wins. It is not about the individual. Everyone contributes, everyone gets a ring, everyone gets to hold the trophy. This conversation can go in so many directions, so let's focus it down to finances, since money is often what people in these conversations are arguing about. Whether the man is the breadwinner or the woman is the breadwinner, it really doesn't matter. People who don't understand what it means to play as a team and win as a team will continue to play by themselves for their own personal stats and profits, and they will continue to lose. Besides, for biological reasons alone, let's think about it. When a man and a woman decide to have a family, having babies affects a woman's career in a different way than a man's career. And while more women today are the breadwinner than ever before in history, and that's awesome, most women still prefer, ideally, for their man to be the breadwinner. So yes, on a surface statistical level, if you look at the numbers, marriage and family seems to boost men's careers more than women's. Is that what we are squabbling about? Marriage is the moneymaker for people who are committed and not selfish short-term thinkers. Those who are trying to collaborate, not compete. Those who understand that it is a partnership, who understand the power of family, of community, of pooling skills and resources. Marriage is a team sport, and when a man and a woman join forces, their success rates skyrocket. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Forbes and the Wall Street Journal published that a married couple in their early 20s has up to 9 times the earning potential in comparison to their single peers. 9 times. Are you listening to me? Over 60% of the current millionaires today are married, and most of them are still in their first marriage, and almost all of them made their first milli after 50, meaning they got married first and built wealth second. Understand, if you got married at 20 and the two of you worked together for 5 years, no kids, living off of one income, putting the entirety of the other income into an investment portfolio, planting seeds for your orchard together, And let's say you're making the American average of 45 to 50K per year. Even if you got divorced and had to split it in half after those 5 years, you each walk away with $250,000. In stark contrast, I promise you that 99% of you listening to this video will not have $100,000 in an investment portfolio by 35, let alone 25. But go ahead with your consumer and credit debt and student loans, Mr. and Mrs. Independent and career focused. Pay your bills, pay your taxes, live your best life. It is a setup, and you are the mark. And yes, I understand that the math doesn't math so black and white. It is far more nuanced and unique to every individual situation. And you don't have to do this through marriage. You can also do this with your friends. When I started this video, I thought I was going to talk about the risks and the fears, but honestly, that just brings up and brings in all of the victim mentality types into the conversation. And I want to focus on the positives and on the ambitions, because the people who get it. I do want to end on this note though, because parenting and home care are the most undervalued and underappreciated roles in society. The future does not exist without it. It is the framework, and it is a thankless job, and your ego will not get rewarded with accolades and status and titles. And social media also does a great job of FOMO propaganda and fueling resentment, telling people who step back from making the money to spend time in the home and raising kids that they are not real men, or they are oppressed women, that they are unsuccessful or are lazy or are unhappy, or how they gave up on their dreams and their goals, and how being single and child-free would cure their stress and depression. So I want to give some love right now to all of the supporting role partners out there. Support has such negative connotations, but think about it. A house cannot stand without a foundation and framework, no matter how hard you try to make the external look luxurious. Let me ask you, in a team sport, is the goalie less important than the player who scores goals? No. So if your man or woman makes more money and is more successful due to all the things that you do behind the scenes, you are incredible. And I hope your partner appreciates it. And you also need to understand, as long as they are winning, you are winning. The whole family is building wealth and access to a higher quality of life. When you get married, it is not about you anymore. It is about the team, and the people who don't get that concept are poisonous to partnership.